Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
And I am Mitch English. Every time I look around, I keep seeing Daily Flash, and that's what you're doing. Today's trends. Tomorrow's talk. The whole gang is here, including sweet baby James, handling our social media stuff. How you doing there, Jamie?
I'm doing great. You see, I broke out the bow tie today.
Yeah,
look
how cute you look.
Like, comment, and share all our social media content, and you'll be talking to me, so let's have some fun.
All right, and by the way, yours handle is Mr. Bowtie, right?
Yep, Mr. Orange Bowtie on Instagram.
All right. Very good.
Easy to remember.
And that white dude next to you is who? Maddie.
Good Lord. You can go, I don't have one bow tie, but you can go to Flash at Daily Flash Show. You can email us, flash@dailyflashshow.com. Send us your comments about his bow tie and how sweet he looked in it. Yeah, girl. You can also check out all our Instagram, Facebook, YouTubes, all that fun stuff on there. Like, click, share, subscribe. Share with your mama.
Share with your mama.
Not everyone can rock a bow tie,
No.
and I will
That's
say
true.
this. I think James does it swimmingly. He's
I don't know what
amazing.
it is. Yeah.
He looks great in the bow tie.
There's
I love
certain
it.
people that can pull
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Remember Tucker Carlson for a while was
Yeah,
the bow tie
well,
guy,
this is
and then he
right.
just like I don't know why. I'm sure there was some reason.
We have a local
Stop.
local weather guy that's trying, and it's...
The only person I think can pull it off, besides James, is Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah.
So
Free
talk
popcorn.
about
Sweet old men can.
sides of the scale there.
Sweet old men can.
Sweet old man.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I met Orville Redenbacher?
No, get out of town.
I did. So I was living, I was in San Diego. I was in college. I was working at a restaurant called the Harbor House, and we had a big brunch every Sunday. And he would come in religiously every Sunday with his wife. He lived in Coronado.
Yeah. Oh,
And
wow.
he would come in with the bow tie, and he was so delightful and lovely. Everybody who asked for a picture or an autograph, he
did
willing,
it?
yeah. And he always came and ordered an omelet from me.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
He knew you were his omelet
I
setup.
guess so.
He
I
was
did
your
that.
popcorn setup.
Yeah.
You were his omelet.
I was the omelet to his popcorn.
Okay, very nice. And if people that don't know Orville Redenbacher, it's
Yes,
the popcorn.
the popcorn
because
guy.
Now it's like Pop Secret, and you don't hear about him that much.
No, and I think he used to sign at the Popcorn King because that was his.
At least he didn't get canceled.
That's true.
He didn't, but you know what? If he were alive today, he probably
something-
would have in the
something
last
would've popped
decade.
up,
Yeah,
right?
true. How do you check out at a hotel? Do you go to the desk and check out? Do you
Absolutely
just
not.
drop the key in the box?
I don't
do you
even
just
do that.
split?
I split. I just take off.
Really?
I leave. I don't do. I'm like, look, they
It's
have,
like a bad breakup?
100%. 90% of the time, I'll go on the TV and I'll see if my charges are or whatever. And sometimes they slide.
They'll
them
do
under
the
your
slip
door,
under the door.
under
Yeah.
folio. But I just don't find a need to ever have to go.
Really?
I never go up in the front.
That surprises me about you. I would have thought that you would have gone to the
I'm out
front
of there.
desk and you would have checked out your charges. Well, it is now a big debate between the generations. Obviously, viral video is leading this conversation. A young traveler was telling the older generation that the proper way to check out is just to walk out. But travel experts warn it is not the best option.
True.
Checking out at the desk is a courtesy to the hotel staff as well as future guests. Just keep that in mind. They also say it's an important last-minute look at your bill to make sure there are no surprises when it comes to your credit card.
Yeah.
And they also mention other travel no-nos when it comes to traveling in general, and we all kind of know this because we do a little bit of traveling, is overpacking.
That's probably the biggest, especially in the fall time, because you think, oh, you're going to be so cold. Coming up in Flash Travel, actually, or yesterday on Flash Travel, we were talking about basically you want to mix and match your clothing. You know what I'm saying? And in the fall time, we think just put a jacket. Half the time, they're not even going to see what you're wearing.
True.
Back to what you were talking about. I got so much into the habit. When I check in, I said, how many keys you want? I say 2, because I have locked myself in and had to go down in my pajamas to get a thing made up. So I always keep one with me. The problem is that I'll forget to take the card key out, and then I'm back home in Florida, and I go, oh dang it, I didn't put it. And so I go. After a while, I started collecting them. Then I started doing it on purpose. And I promise you, I had a stack about this big of hotel key cards. I was like, this is gonna be my new thing. And then one day I'm like,
Why do I have these?
Why do
yeah,
I-
I was doing the
Why
same
do I
thing.
have them?
I had a shoebox of them because we were traveling a lot there for a while, and I was like, "Why do I have these?" It's like all the badges you get from the conventions.
Yes.
You're like,
Yeah.
"Look at all my badges." You're like, who cares? Like,
Oh, but some of those are worth saving, I think.
I think it is good. Now, that's something I didn't think about. If you go and check out and you say, hey, I'm out of here, then they can like, well, hey, everybody on the 5th floor is out. We can get
Yes.
our staff. So it makes sense. I never even thought about
Yeah.
that. I just figured they had a plan because they always wake me up at 9 o'clock on the day I'm supposed to check out anyway. To clean
Yep.
my room.
Right.
I want to sleep in.
I like to do the physical checkout because I get to take a second look at that bill. You know, they slide that stuff under your door, but that's not your final
Yeah,
bill.
that's true. I guess
So at least if you're at the desk, you make contact with somebody, you can say, "Hey, I spoke with someone before I left. This charge is erroneous." Whatever it is. Yes, James.
That's important because
Yeah.
there have been times where I've gone somewhere and we've had to pay
can't
for
see you,
parking.
man. Just go over here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My
bad.
voice from the abyss. There you go.
There you go. There have been times where I had to pay for parking, so I go to the front desk, woo and talk to a young lady at the front desk and get free parking. Sometimes checking the house
Actually, a good idea. Yeah.
makes
See?
sense, and being charged $40 a night costs too much.
I will start checking. I will start going.
Yeah,
to
if I can get the free parking, because it's gotten up to $40.
It's expensive.
There's some that are like $40. I've done $60.
It was
New Orleans, yes. New Orleans for
$60
sure.
for
Yep.
park in New
$53 a day at some places in New Orleans.
75 in
We
Beverly
were just
Hills.
there in August. Yep.
The
$60.
last press junket I went out for, they give you a per diem, so they covered it. And I was like, well, how much is a per diem? They're like, $150. I was like, how can that go for the parking? Yeah. How much is the parking? $70. I'm like, then I'll have a ham sandwich. Is what's left of that.
Yeah. My goodness.
So, but you've changed my mind. I'm going to start doing that. And that way I'll give them both cards back as well. I can
Yeah.
remember.
Now, what about remember that whole story about how people were trying to steal your identity or track you down with the hotel card? Do you remember that whole story?
Wow, I vaguely.
Yeah.
I remember that, but they were saying there's no way they can because all it is just it's matching the lock to the front, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And then so people are like, no, don't get rid of those. Make sure you turn them back to the hotel. Maybe that was the hotel's way of trying to scare people
Yeah,
into
it saves
turning
money.
us.
You can use your phone now,
Yeah.
too, to open up the
And you
door.
can open up doors
That
with
is
that.
true.
That's what Disney
Those
does.
cards are great for. Matt taught me this for doing lines of cocaine.
Oh! Vegas?
I don't,
Vegas, baby.
I don't
Who do you think I learned it from?
Where do you think all the hands that have held that card? I watched the thing about all the blue light deals.
Yeah.
And it was one of the investigative shows
where they go into the
and
hotel.
They rented a room and they sprayed this stuff on it, on the sheets and stuff. And then the next day, and then they checked out. And then the next day they go, hey, we want the same room. They went back to the same room and with the blue light. And the sheets had not been changed because it was the same one, the pillow. And the only thing that they changed is they rubbed down the
counter.
So one of the craziest things my ex-wife used to do is, and it makes sense now. Well, that's true. That's why I got 2 of them. But anyway, with that being said, she used to bring Lysol wipes and wipe down everything, even the remote.
That's smart.
She would clean
That's
up
smart,
everything, no matter what. If the room looks super clean, she was like, nah, they use the same rag for every room.
Oh.
Yes.
So she was like, no. So she would wipe down everything.
One pet peeve I had to learn about my wife that I've had to have her stop doing is when we walk in the room is throwing her bag on the bed, like her rolly bag, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I've been told it's HR. I was joking about the cocaine.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
You know what?
Do
Never
not-
done
hey.
it. Never, honest to
Hey.
God, never done it in my life.
Don't use hotel cards. Credit cards much easier, and they're yours.
Trouble.
All right, I know people. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say flip flops. I never walk barefoot in a hotel room.
That's
Ever.
There
Ever.
was a flight attendant that came out with all the things you do. Throwing your bag on the bed.
On the bed.
Yeah.
First off, they always give me 2. Do you have one bed that you sleep in and one bed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
one's your
Yes.
dressing bed
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, but also the shoes. They do not walk on
Yeah,
the floor.
and why do they only give you one luggage rack? If you've got if you've got 2 people in the room, you're always fighting for the luggage rack. I'm like, okay, now I got to set it on the other bed we're not using, and then it looks a mess. I love that scene in The Fall Guy where he's trying to open the door with the key card. Because how many times has that happened to
another
you,
thing,
right? And it's Ryan Gosling's like trying to open it. He goes back to the desk. Nope, sorry, we'll redo this for you. He goes back to the room and then eventually tries to kick the
It
door
only
down.
works though if you are on the furthest room away from the front desk. That's the only time that happens, right?
Absolutely.
It's every single time.
And then the bummer is, and that's happened to me before, where you go down and they're like, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to need some ID to prove that that's your room.
What-
Well, my handbag is in the room. I don't have my ID with me. You got to believe me. And they're like, well, I don't know. I'm going to have to get the manager,
And I never had this happen until my wife and I went to New York last year, where they're like, oh, don't put your key near your phone or else it'll zap it. I never had that happen before, except for this hotel in New York where every single time we left,
Yeah.
my card stopped working
Didn't
because it
work.
was near my phone.
Yep.
All right, makes a lot of sense. What we want to know is the pet peeves, things that you definitely do or don't do when checking in a hotel, so we can share these not only on Flash Travel but here as well. Our website is open and running as well. And you don't have to check in or check out. You can check in, but it's like the Roach Motel, our website.
You don't have to check.
You'll check in, but you never check in. Flash at dailyflashshow.com or just go to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
I want to know, do our viewers do the checkout process?
Yeah, I
Or
want to
do
know
you
that
just,
too.
do you just bolt?
It'd be a good
Call it
poll.
a day? Yeah, we should. Can we,
We
do a
can do
poll?
that. We can do that.
Let's do a poll.
Stick around, more Flash for you to check out. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. The creators of the Got Milk campaign are back, and they're celebrating the iconic milk mustache with a brand new generation. Check this out. Let's go.
To celebrate 30 years since the Got Milk mustache became a cultural phenomenon, the California Milk Processor Board, CMPB, is rewriting history. For the first time ever, the iconic mustache will feature everyday Californians from their Got Milk photo studio tour. Teachers, small business owners, athletes, and artists who keep the state moving. Actor Noah Schnapp of Stranger Things was on hand to unveil it.
It's about real Californians, real icons, people who represent what makes this state so unique and so inspiring. Walking through the gallery tonight and seeing all these beautiful portraits is so powerful, and each one tells a story. Each one represents resilience and the culture that makes California what it is today.
And to take the photos this year, it wasn't Annie Leibovitz, as in years past, but a young Mexican-American photographer named Aldo Chacon, chosen for his ability to reflect the authenticity, diversity, and pride that define California today. See them for yourself at gotmilk.com/30 years or at gotmilk on Instagram, #gotmilk30.
Some trending stories going around. Looks like Brooke Hogan recently shared an emotional post about her father on Instagram. The famous daughter said she wasn't surprised to be actually left out of her father's will. She said that she had been estranged from her parents for quite a long time, so it came as no surprise that she was not included in her father's final wishes. The WWE legend left his $5 million fortune to his son, Nick. Brooke said it is what she asked for and went on to say her dad knew that she was a hard worker and that she would be surviving without his money for a long time. As you know, Hulk Hogan passed away. He's 71. He suffered a heart attack back in July. It sounds like, you know, having her coming out and mentioning this kind of shuts down any kind of rumors and that sort of thing. And I got to say, good on her. Says, I don't need your money, Dad. I'll do it on my own. That's got to be difficult.
She's clearly made a path of her own for her own self, for her own career. But you clearly knew there was some familial conflict going on there. And am I the only one surprised that Hulk Hogan only had $5 million?
No, right when he said $5 million. Is that surprising to you, Maddie?
Well, a lot of it's wrapped up in some real estate stuff, like
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
yeah.
some stuff. But the majority of it, the $5 million, is going to Nick. Now, she asked to be left out of it. She has had problems with Hogan's new wife for a while, and Hogan kind of went her way. The big thing comes from they were supposed to. She asked Hogan to go to a concert with her. Brooke did. She said no. He said no. I don't like to go to things. A lot of people, you know, he's not moving so well. He wasn't moving so well in his older ages. Well, then a couple weeks later, he sees on his Instagram that he's at some other concert with his new wife and her family, and she's going, well, okay. Never mind. Also, Brooke married a professional hockey player, so she's taken care of there. She's had her own investments and everything, so she's fine. She just didn't want that. She says that she's made peace with it and she's moved on. She's actually even teamed up with Bubba the Love Sponge, who Hogan and him were best buddies. They got estranged because of his sex tape scandal, you know, a few years ago, and they've teamed up together to kind of tell the right story of Hogan. So it's all getting a little like wishy-washy.
So do you think something's going to come out like a tell-all book?
Oh, it's going to be. They already did a documentary that Bubba released and told about the sex tape issue, and then now they're trying to put together a biography like Chris Hemsworth was supposed to star in, and that whole thing dissolved. I don't know. The Hogan legacy is getting real messed up in the press and everything.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, sad no matter what, right?
Yeah, very true. A Brooklyn man battling mental illness finds healing through giving back. Jose Cruz is delivering the change he wants to see in the world, one hug at a time.
Aww.
He's the guy behind the One Man World Needs Love tour. It's a viral mission to spread kindness and support to New Yorkers. The 32-year-old has captured the hearts of many in the Big Apple while he holds up signs with handwritten notes of encouragement. Cruz does not get paid or sponsored. It's just something he's done since the summer of 2022.
Good for him. You know, you see there's a guy that has the cardboard box.
sign guy.
The sign guy. I mean, you know, it's something funny all the time. I love this because it's, you know, it's got a purpose for it as well.
Yeah.
I think of my friend Skippy, who would go to Sundance every single year.
Skippy.
Sweet Skippy. Everybody knows Skippy, right? He was an intern here on the show as well. Anyway, but he got a shirt that said "Free Hugs," right? And then he takes. And you would be blown away how many people would come up and hug him. But not only that, celebrities would come up and do him and hug him. And if it makes your day a little bit better, I love that. I love what this guy's doing. Especially this is the side of social media we should look at.
Yes, and more of this, please.
I agree,
yes.
100%. New study out that says what you're throwing back could actually be the reason you're losing your hair. The data is based on the study of America's favorite beverages could actually be sabotaging your mop top, turning you gray from the inside out. More than 80% of men and nearly half of all women will experience some type of significant hair loss during their lifetime. Researchers discovered that excessive consumption of sugary drinks like soda and alcohol all linked to higher risk of hair loss, especially with men. The latest finding also backs up recent studies linking processed foods to baldness. Scientists countered with a clear winner when it has to be when it comes to basically your better hair. Get you some vitamin D, get you some iron. That's going to help out. Makes complete sense. Maybe why men are more hairless as they get older because we do all that. And we think of cavemen that were all hairy and everything.
True.
They didn't have all those things. And plus, just your well-being is what you're putting. You know, it's unfortunate by the time you get to an age where you realize it, it's too late.
Yeah.
The things that put in your body just make you feel like crap all the time. So
That's a good point.
see
Yeah.
that.
A cup of calm is trending with influencers. It's called the cortisol cocktail, and users say it can reduce high levels of stress caused by the hormone cortisol. The non-alcoholic drink is said to improve energy, help shed extra pounds. It's made with coconut water, salt, sparkling water, and orange juice. Other variations include magnesium powder or cream of tartar. The cocktail's ingredients contain vitamin C, potassium, magnesium, and sodium, which are the nutrients health experts say are depleted because of stress. However, experts warn that while some of the ingredients can have an indirect effect on reducing your stress, there is no direct link showing it reduces cortisol levels after drinking this mocktail.
It doesn't look like there's too many bad things inside it, so you try it at least, and especially if something different. At least you're not drinking soft drinks, right?
That's true, because
keep that in mind.
that's one thing that adds to your waistline, and you know.
It just makes you feel like crap after a while. More Flash.
Hey now, welcome to Preview Review this week. I am Matt Doolittle giving you a sneak peek while we speak geek. Well, we have a big one this week. We have a Bang Bang is how we're going to start. A retired boxer known as Bernard Bang Bang Rozeski, played by Tim Blake Nelson, gets a second shot at life when he reconnects with his strange grandson. Now, as he steps into this role as a trainer, Bang Bang finds himself challenged by old ghosts, an ex-girlfriend from his glory days, and a former rival turned Detroit mayoral candidate. The big question is he passing on wisdom or just passing down rage?
Bernard Bang Bang
Rozeski, Bang Bang.
is an American professional boxer, a featherweight who held a professional record of 42-6-2.
Say hello to your grandfather.
Hey. Was known for his wild and abrasive personality.
I need you to watch him for a while.
I gotta babysit?
In and outside of the ring.
My juicer will knock your taste buds.
Where's the remote? Guy's a disgrace.
You two fought, right?
Every fighter has a weakness. That's yours. Get dressed.
Making a comeback?
No, we're here for you. Bringing pride back to the Rozeski name.
Why'd you come here? Don't be shy. I want you to hit your grandpa.
Like a piston. Now that's how you hit your grandpa.
Now, I love Tim Blake Nelson. He's usually a character actor. You remember from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? He was in The Incredible Hulk. But he takes the lead in this one, and he really dives into it. He did some boxing training, and you can tell he really skinnied up for this one. Now, director Vincent Grishaw said he's very close to the sport of boxing, and one thing he wants people to realize from this is what people give up for this sport particularly, and from this to be a very story grounded in a realism in this. It's shot very well. It starts out with a bang, and then you see it just kind of ride through, and at the end, it's a great story. I loved his use of old school gritty streets of Detroit. James, you would know all about that. To tell the story, the characters are massive anti-heroes. You don't like any one of them. It's one of those stories, but you still root for every one of them at the end. It's an interesting use of a wheelchair in it too, which I loved. A sick Trans Am, Mitch. You love one of those.
Smoking the Bandit.
It amplifies the old school Detroit feel and some of the more realistic fight scenes I've ever seen. It really shows how sometimes you have to settle a final score to move on. But even if you have a rivalry with someone, deep down, there's always a deep respect. Make sure you go check it out in select theaters right now. I really enjoyed it. It's really fun movie, shot extremely well.
Very cool. Is this a kind of a Rocky feel to it, or is it one of these like you're gonna walk away talking?
You're gonna walk away talking. It's got a couple boxing scenes. It's not full of that type of stuff. There is a little bit of a training montage, but you're mainly following this main character all the way through it. How he has some family issues. You know, it's dealing with childhood trauma, dealing with family issues while you go through it. But it's really a good story, and if you get a chance, check it out. Okay. Like I say, it's in select theaters right now.
All right, Maddie, thanks so much. Let's jump into it. Go ahead.
They don't go full boxing.
They don't go
full boxing.
Never go full boxing. Never go full boxing.
Let's jump into some trending stories here. Sometimes you go and ask yourself, why? Like this guy. He's Austrian, he's a daredevil, and basically set his body on fire and then pulled a car 328 feet in 56 seconds, and I guess, that puts you into the Guinness World Records.
So.
He actually became the first person to hold this record, that record for the fastest 100-meter pull in a full body burn when he completed the stunt as well. There's a video of the record attempt. Shows him pulling the car while a member of his support team keeps him pace with a fire extinguisher.
That's good.
His support team used 3 of them, actually, to keep him safe. This guy actually has set so many records of catching on fire. I think he holds a record of catching himself on fire the most time. So he wanted to do something that is like, all right, well, nobody's going to be able to do this. And I think a lot of the record holders do this. Catch yourself on fire while pulling a car with your teeth. I mean, if you could beat that, man, you've won the poker records.
It's like
lottery.
an Escher drawing. He's the most guy that's caught fire, pulling a car with fire, pulling a car with his teeth on fire.
And the fastest time to do so.
Yeah.
Why? No one knows why. I guess because you can.
Does he need a hobby?
You might need a hobby.
Maybe.
Just keep him away from any kind of open.
And guess what, ladies? He's
single. But careful, he'll burn you.
He might. There's another way he could burn you on fire. A frightening video shows California beachgoers rushing to rescue 2 boys after the sand hole they were digging suddenly flooded, trapping them in the wet sand. The video shows the boys laughing and shoveling out piles of sand as waves from the ocean crash toward them. The water quickly surges in, traps them inside that wet sand. They start to sink. 3 adults are seen trying to free the boys from being submerged under the water and into the sand. 2 lifeguards rush over, jump in to help. Eventually, the boys were freed. They're doing okay.
They had a problem with that here in Florida, too.
Yes,
they tell people, do not dig and do these things. You think it's fun, especially when you're that close to the front of the ocean and everything, because this happens more than you realize you don't. And sometimes there's also hollow ground underneath it, where it's not as soft and that sort of thing. So it's not a good idea.
You're creating a sinkhole.
Yeah, that's other
A
thing.
sinkhole within a sinkhole.
So remember that, okay?
Yes, please.
It's fun to do. We all did it, but be way, way, way far away from water. And even then, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Yeah, stay with us. We're back right after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. Mitch English here.
Hey, I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
Indeed it is. We love having you here on the show.
Yes, we do, and we have friends across the nation. Maddie.
219 beautiful affiliates across this country and the Armed Forces Network. Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. You can hit the where to watch and send that to your friends and family. But today we are spotlighting KG in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah, baby,
Fun
G-Rap.
fact, I used to do traffic radio for Grand Rapids, Michigan, and this time of year they start having deer hits all freaking morning long.
Imagine so. I would imagine so. The snow comes down up on the top of the mountains, and then so do the deer.
So I'm a Floridian, born and raised, but when I moved up there for a little bit, I started doing traffic radio, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got to watch for this thing called deer hit." And I'm like, "What is deer hit?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, this time of year, deer hits every
Deer
morning.
hits.
Watch for that all morning long."
You would see that. I know. As I knew, tells the same thing. It's just
like-
because of the snow.
I like how James calls it G-Rap.
G-Rap, that's it. That's the
G-Rap.
nickname. G-Rap, Grand Rapids.
Oh, Grand Rapids. Okay, I was
G-Rap.
trying to put
G-Rap.
the two together. I
Yeah.
was
Like at Saginaw, it's called Sag Nasty.
Sag nasty.
The whole
This
city-
is James saying these words.
I know, that's what
James,
they call
can you
it.
step in and just?
Well, we
show
got,
us
we got
some-
the God cam on him.
Do we have the God camera ready? God, can you hear me? It's not my time
We don't
yet?
have it
He gave
ready.
up.
Okay.
He gave up on you.
I know. But
All right.
yeah, so we used to have those names for different places around Michigan.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
You're a Michigan boy. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's a Michigander.
All right, let me ask you
Go
this.
blue.
Don't leave yet. Stay right there. All right, does anybody in here know why, this is not a joke, one of the reasons why zebras have stripes? Has anybody ever heard this?
I would
You know
think
Will?
it's camouflage.
Will knows. Will, say it.
It's they blend together so the lions can't see the
That's
difference.
Not lie. Yeah. So in the thing, it's camouflage basically. But this also it blocks them from bugs biting them. Did you know that? That bugs will not. They can't differentiate, so they leave zebras alone for the most part. There's something out. It's called the Ig Nobel Prize. It started at Harvard University back in 1991, and I set that up for this because a bunch of Japanese scientists they won the Ig Nobel Prize. Ig Nobel Prize in the Annals of Improbable Research is what they call it. It's kind of a parody, but it's like, hey, this is cool research that they're doing.
Can Ig Nobel and Annals go in the same?
To me,
sentence?
Ig Nobel, it seems like it should be ignorant, but when you hear this, it'll make complete sense,
Okay.
but it's ridiculous at the same time.
Yes.
So a bunch of Japanese scientists said, hey, look, zebras are not getting bit by these bugs. Let's go find a bunch of cows, white, like kind of all solid white cows, and paint them zebra stripes on them, okay, on non-toxic. So they did that. Guess what?
No bug bites.
No bug bites on these cows that they painted like zebras.
Really?
And so they found this out because this is a big deal because what do you do to get rid of bugs? Usually you spray something all over the farm. So they're trying to find easier ways to get these bugs. And also diseases are spread by bugs sometimes.
You know the most dangerous creature in
Man.
the entire planet?
Mosquito.
Mosquito.
Mosquitoes.
Really?
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, because they bite me and then they bite you.
And
so you think about that, how just, Mother Nature has a plan for everybody.
That's
And
true.
we have zebras here on the show. Can we take camera forward real quick? This is our zebra. Ebony and ivory. Look, do you guys have any bugs over there?
No. Honestly, I thought it was just grill marks for the lions. Sorry. They about to eat. We about to eat. It's cooked.
I've seen some Nat Geo specials, but that didn't work so well.
For the lions, right.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. So they're saying not only does the bug bites reduce stress, it reduces when they get bit a lot, milk production from cows that are milking cows, and also believe that that flies actually prefer darker animals over lighter animals as well. So having that blend in between. What kind of bogs me down is that cows already have those spots. It's interesting. It
But
has
it's
to
the
be
stripes. Yeah.
Neat. Who knew?
Good
So they won
stuff.
the Ig Nobel Prize.
He's darker than me.
Stay with us. We're back
James
right
says
after
Matt's
this.
darker than him.
Get your design goggles on. Here we go. Let's help your home with a few home improvement hacks you need to know.
Avoid ingredients sticking to your measuring spoon and pour into the spoon's indent instead. Keep your bathroom bin smelling amazing with an adhesive felt floor protector and a few drops of your favourite essential oil. Shaving cream works wonders on carpet stains. Just leave for 10 minutes before wiping away and easily remove sticky labels by heating with a hairdryer. Soak whites with 1 cup of baking soda and 2 tablespoons of salt before placing in the wash and drying in the sun. And you guys love this tutorial on how to fold a blazer to neatly pack in your suitcase instead of having to carry it around separately. Shaving cream removes all those odours left around your toilet base. And whenever you have an old piece of lemon, you can bring it to the boil and clean the inside of your kettle. Keep spiders out of your home by cleaning your front door with peppermint oil. And your favourite was how to fold large doonas into a compact bundle for neat and easy storage.
Ooh, it's all about storage. I love that. One of the easiest and most affordable ways to refresh any kitchen or bathroom is with new door pulls. Here is our friend Gator with what you need to know to do it yourself.
I'm going to install some cabinet knobs or some cabinet pulls on these doors right here. I'm just going to kind of show you how I do it. I'm sure there's many ways to do it. This is how I do it. The first thing I like to do is put some painter's tape on here. That way I can write on this and it doesn't get on the cabinet. And that way when I drill my holes, it doesn't break away the cabinet. Now I like to install my pulls with the top part of this right around even with this line right here. So I'll just kind of hold that up and kind of eyeball it to about the top, which is something like that. And then I'll take my tape measure and I'll measure down from the top of the door to this top center of this right here, which is about 3.5 inches. The next thing I do is I find the center of this piece right here. Okay, so I measure across here. It's 2.5. So that means that the center is 1.25 inches. So I'll pull my tape measure across here. I'll make an 1.25 inch mark here, 1.25 inch mark here. Then I'll actually take my speed square and I'll just connect those lines together and make me a straight line right down the middle. Now it's exactly 3 inches between these holes on this handle, okay? My first mark is 3.5. So there's 3.5, and then I just go down to 6.5, which is 3 inches away, and make that mark. And right there is where I drill my holes. So I've got both sides marked. So now I'll just take my drill, put it right on this little mark I made, and I'll drill my holes. After I get my holes drilled, I'll just pull my tape off, just like this, and I got a nice clean hole on the outside of the cabinet. I'll just take my screws that come with your handles, and I stick it right through the back, just like this, on the inside of the door. And I take my handle, put it right here on the front, and I screw it on. When you get done, it's going to look just like that. All right, then, next!
Easy, makes it look so easy. Oh, those pesky bathroom hand towels. Did you know there is a right way to hang them so they don't end up on the floor?
The right way to hang a hand towel. Watch this. Most of these rings come off, so grab your hand towel and grab the tag of it and loop it through this ring. Now your hand towel needs to be pretty long to do this. I'll link some in our bio. But go ahead and loop it through the ring and then through itself and pull, pull, pull. Finesse that thing until it looks pretty. Voila. Hang it up and your kids will no longer throw it.
Looks like a guy's tie, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Mitch?
it was almost very similar to tying a tie.
Yeah.
100%. Like an ascot almost.
So it's easy, but they do always end up on the floor or wadded up on the counter.
Never the same.
Good points. All right. For more information, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. Now that the kids are back in school, juggling homework, reading, and after-school activities can be a challenge. Here's tech expert Carly Knobloch with some solutions to help you and your family handle it all. Carly, what are some of your favorite devices this school season?
Well, first, busy parents are going to love this new note-taking companion that feels like writing on real paper. It's the Kindle Scribe. It's a digital notebook that lets you take notes, create to-do lists, and plan your week all in one place. You can convert handwritten notes to text and summarize your notes with AI. Plus, now you can write in the margins of books or on documents or PDFs that you're reading, so you can take notes wherever inspiration strikes. And then every year, I feel like backpacks are getting heavier and heavier, so these Kindle Kids devices can help. They're a light, portable way to carry thousands of books in one. Every device comes with a subscription to Amazon Kids Plus for access to all the books that kids love, like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, or Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Plus, you get a kid-friendly case, built-in parental controls, weeks of battery life, and a glare-free screen that's easy on little eyes.
Those are some terrific ideas. Now, for families working and studying at home, internet speed, always a challenge. What are some new solutions?
Yeah, kids do their homework on devices these days, so it's critical to have a home network with the speed that they need. The Eero 7 gives you fast, reliable internet for streaming, studying, and working in apartments and homes. And the Eero Pro 7 is designed for busier households or small to medium businesses that need to support lots of devices at once. Both of them feature true mesh technology, eliminating dead spots and finding you the fastest connection in every corner of your home.
Very, very cool. What about tech to help us with some peace of mind?
Absolutely. Whether you're keeping an eye out for school supply deliveries or you just want to say hi to your kid when they get home from school, the Blink video doorbell has you covered this school season. It's super easy to set up, gives you a full view of your porch, and with two-way talk, you can chat with whoever's at the door. And for just $69.99, it runs on battery for up to 2 years. So it's a great value and gives you that peace of mind.
And Carly, where can we go for more information?
Yeah, for more information on everything I covered today, you can head over to inthenews.tv.
Great, Carly. Thanks so much for sharing those ideas with us today. For more information, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
More than 11,000 Americans turning 65 every single day, and millions will soon make big decisions about their health care. Joining us now with more is Betsy Chin with United Healthcare.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs each year from October 15th through December 7th, and it's an important time of year for the millions of Americans who already enjoy Medicare coverage. It's their chance to compare plan options for 2026. We know that Medicare coverage can be confusing. One thing I recommend to help navigate through the process is really focus on two things: cost and coverage. For cost, you want to consider things like the plan's premium, deductibles, copay or coinsurance. And for coverage, you should look not only at the medical coverage, things like hospital and doctor visits, but also prescription drug coverage and any extra benefits. The annual enrollment period runs from October 15th through December 7th. It's a great time to compare those cost and coverage of the plans available. Lots of options to consider for your Medicare choices in 2026. To help you navigate, I would recommend starting with a visit to MedicareEducation.com.
Microsoft Windows 10 support will end on October 14th. Here with what you need to know is digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong. Hi, Mario.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on the Daily Flash. And I partnered with Microsoft to give everyone the information and steps to move forward, because after October 14th, 2025, support ends for Windows 10. So knowing your options will help you decide what's best for you so your devices are all protected. Technology is always evolving. We're always phasing out older operating systems, upgrading to newer versions. It's just a natural part of the technology life cycle. And desktops and laptops using Windows 10 will no longer receive important security updates or feature improvements. That means your PC, it will still turn on, it will still function, but it won't be protected from security threats like new viruses or malware, and you could be more vulnerable to scams like phishing. And that's why this milestone really matters for people and businesses that are still using Windows 10. And look, Microsoft's priority with this is to really help us all be secure and protected. We're reminding everyone to upgrade to Windows 11. It's the most secure version of Windows ever built. It also delivers faster performance, it's got smoother navigation, and built-in tools to make everyday tasks a lot easier. Well, if you rely on your computer, and who doesn't, every day for work, school, or staying connected to family and friends, first things first, if you're using Windows 10 today, start by checking if your device can upgrade to Windows 11 at no additional cost. Here's how. You go to Start, then click Settings, click Update and Security. There's an option to select Windows Update, and finally, select Check for Updates. Now, if your Windows 10 PC can't upgrade, you still have a couple of options. You could upgrade to a new Windows 11 or Copilot Plus PC, which are faster, they're more secure, they have stronger performance, they got the latest features and experiences to help with productivity and creativity. If you need more time, though, enroll in the Extended Security Updates program. For personal laptops, that means you can enroll by using Windows Backup, Microsoft Rewards, or pay $30. And businesses can subscribe to extended security updates for $61 per device, and the subscription can be renewed annually for up to 3 years. And by the way, don't worry, with Windows Backup built right into Windows 10, all your files, your photos, and your personalized settings, they'll move right with you to your next device. With just a few days left, the step-by-step instructions and all your upgrade options are at this site. Just go to Microsoft.com/Windows/end-of-support. Plus, if you're upgrading to Windows 11, you're going to benefit from stronger security protections, faster performance, new features. It's all going to make your life a lot easier. So upgrade to Windows 11 quick.
One mobile carrier keeping your family connected. And here is how they're doing it.
Being a parent means you're always there for your kids, and now Verizon Family Plus is here for you. With the Verizon Family app, you can easily share your location and get alerts. Want even more peace of mind? Upgrade to the Verizon Family Plus perk for just $10 a month with my plan. You'll get robust parental controls, 24/7 assist, driving insights, and even roadside assistance. Give yourself the extra support you need to keep your family safe with Verizon Family Plus. Visit Verizon.com/Family Plus today.
Have you checked out our website?
You should, that's for sure.
Right, dailyflashshow.com, that's where it's all at. You can sound off. We love to hear from our viewers, and we also like to share your emails on the air.
Yep, dailyflashshow.com, always open and waiting for you.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
All right, this is where we give you our picks to what to watch this weekend. Jackson, what do you got?
So my pick for the weekend is the new crime thriller on HBO called Task.
There's been a spate of home invasions. They want me to put together a task force.
No, it's not a great
No,
time.
I don't have any choice.
Time now for traffic on the news. KYW News.
Where's the money? You're the ones that's been causing all the problems, huh?
It's a pretty gritty take on an FBI task force full of people who are a bit kind of outsiders. But I like you, Mark Ruffalo. I love him, but I don't like how crazy he is. Just stay away from politics.
And I like it. I had a problem with that watching Mission Impossible, the last one. It's like, you know, jump on a couch, but you're such a great actor.
Yeah, you just got to kind of deal with it. All right, guys, my pick this week is from YouTube, and it's a great story about the history of the Mirage Resort and Casino.
Suppose that what you see with your eyes is not what your brain tells you should be there. We're in the harsh southern Nevada desert. Suppose you saw Polynesia, South Pacific. Wouldn't that make people say, could the inside of this place be as cool as the outside?
So it's a story of the history of how the Mirage was put together from Steve Wynn and everything like that. And what's crazy about it is it was the, he didn't like the smell of the gas from the volcano, so they made it smell like a pina colada. Yeah, so it was very...
There's all kinds of tricks. That makes a lot of sense that they do that. Makes sense. All right. It's a story of love, obsession, and just how far one woman would go when the truth isn't what it seems. Buckle up. It's The Girlfriend on Prime, and this one's going to keep you guessing.
Oh, it's so good.
Is that the team we don't want to win?
We clap both sides for at least the first few goals.
How many goals are there?
Oh, lots. Yeah, you win polo the same way you win a war. Whoever can keep going the longest.
Oh, thank God there's a bar.
It's about the overprotective mom who doesn't like the son's new girlfriend. Robin Wright it's a good series. It kind of keeps you all the way to the end. I can't think of the name of the other one. I think it has a similar tone to it. But you're going to be surprised all the way up into the end. It's one of those where you get different viewpoints.
That's what I was just saying. I love the way they show you Robin Wright, the mom's viewpoint, what she sees, and then what the girlfriend says she experiences and sees. It's brilliant.
It's always different. It's always a different view.
Three, yours, mine, and the truth. Right?
Yep.
That does it for the show. Y'all have a fantastic, safe weekend. Bye-bye.